G'day everyone and welcome. Today, we're embarking on a journey. Not to the highest peaks or deepest jungles, but into 10 countries where society is being tested to its limits. This is about understanding the raw human reality when stability crumbles, and seeing the resilience that shines through. Let's begin. Our first stop is Lebanon, a land steeped in history and once celebrated for its vibrant culture. Once known as the Paris of the Middle East, a hub of finance, fashion, and forward-thinking ideas, it is now tragically gripped by a devastating economic collapse, a crisis that has brought a nation to its knees. The vibrant streets are now haunted by the ghosts of what once was. Since 2019, Lebanon's economy has shrunk by a staggering nearly 40%, a contraction that has few parallels in modern history outside of active war zones. This isn't just a recession, it's an economic freefall. The Lebanese pound, the very symbol of the nation's financial stability, has lost over 98% of its value, rendering savings worthless and crippling the purchasing power of ordinary citizens. For families, this catastrophic devaluation means life savings wiped out in an instant, dreams of education and a secure future vanishing before their eyes. Prices are soaring at an astronomical rate, making even basic necessities unaffordable for many. Inflation has become a monster, devouring incomes and leaving families struggling to keep up. And daily life has become an unbearable struggle for basics like food, fuel, and medicine. The essentials that sustain life are now luxuries rationed and fought over. The once thriving middle class has been mercilessly pushed into poverty, stripped of their security and forced to rely on dwindling resources. And for the already poor, they face utter destitution, a desperate fight for survival in a society crumbling around them. Streets that once buzzed with the vibrant energy of life, filled with laughter, commerce, and the promise of a brighter future, now echo with a quiet desperation, a haunting silence that speaks volumes about the suffering endured. Electricity is intermittent at best, plunging homes and businesses into darkness for hours on end, disrupting lives and crippling productivity. Fuel is now a luxury, with long queues at gas stations becoming a common sight, a daily reminder of the scarcity and hardship. And essential medicines are increasingly scarce, leaving the sick and vulnerable without the care they desperately need. Every day, people are forced to make impossible choices just to survive, choosing between food and medicine, education and shelter. Yet despite the immense hardship, resilience endures, a testament to the unwavering spirit of the Lebanese people. Shopkeepers open their doors each day, even with little to sell, clinging to the hope of better times. Teachers continue to teach in powerless classrooms, determined to educate the next generation despite the overwhelming challenges. The social fabric is undeniably frayed, stretched to its breaking point, but the spirit of the Lebanese people remains unbroken, a beacon of hope in the darkness. Lebanon teeters precariously on the brink, its future uncertain, its people weary but not defeated. A stark and painful reminder of how quickly even the most solid foundations can crumble under the weight of corruption, mismanagement, and neglect. The world watches with bated breath, hoping that this once beautiful pearl of the Mediterranean can somehow find its way back to prosperity and stability. In Lebanon today, survival is not just a daily task, it is an act of extraordinary courage, a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure even the most unimaginable hardships. And despite everything, the fight for hope continues, fueled by the unwavering belief that a better future is still possible. Next, our journey takes us to Syria, a land steeped in ancient history and vibrant culture, now overshadowed by the long and devastating shadow of war. We transition from the discussion of global hunger to a place where conflict has directly exacerbated food insecurity and created a humanitarian crisis of immense proportions. It's a land synonymous with conflict, loss, and profound heartbreak, a place where the echoes of bombs have replaced the sounds of laughter and daily life. Over a decade of relentless war has ravaged the country, tearing apart its social fabric and leaving deep scars on its landscape. The conflict has not only destroyed infrastructure but also displaced communities and shattered countless lives. This brutal conflict has displaced over 12 million Syrians from their homes, forcing them to seek refuge within their own country or across international borders. This mass displacement has created one of the world's largest and most protracted humanitarian crises, straining resources and testing the limits of international aid. Cities, once vibrant centers of commerce and culture, now lie in ruins. Hospitals, schools, and essential infrastructure have been deliberately targeted or caught in the crossfire, depriving civilians of basic services. The economy is shattered, leaving millions without livelihoods and pushing families into poverty. For those who remain in Syria, food is often scarce, and many families struggle to put even a basic meal on the table. The disruption of agricultural production and supply chains has led to widespread food insecurity. Clean water is a luxury that many cannot afford, forcing people to rely on unsafe sources, increasing the risk of disease. And the ever-present threat of violence hangs heavy in the air, making every journey, every task, a potential risk. Yet, amidst the devastation and despair, life persists, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Syrian people. Markets, makeshift and fragile, open in the rubble, offering a glimmer of normalcy and a chance for people to earn a living. Children, resilient beyond their years, find ways to play among the ruins, their laughter a poignant reminder of hope amidst the destruction. And despite the immense suffering, dignity endures, a quiet strength that binds communities together. Syria's path forward is uncertain, fraught with challenges and obstacles that seem insurmountable. But the resilience of its people is undeniable, a beacon of hope in the face of unimaginable adversity. Rebuilding what has been lost will take generations, requiring sustained effort and unwavering commitment. The world cannot look away from the suffering of the Syrian people. Continued humanitarian assistance and diplomatic efforts are crucial to alleviate their plight and pave the way for a more peaceful and stable future. Syria stands as a harrowing example of the devastating human cost of conflict, a stark reminder of the importance of peace and diplomacy. The spirit of its people endures, a testament to their unwavering hope and determination to rebuild their lives and their nation. Even as they hope for a lasting peace, a future where their children can grow up in safety and security, free from the horrors of war. We now travel to Somalia, a nation etched with resilience and burdened by immense challenges, topping the Fragile States Index for the third consecutive year. This ranking reflects the deep-seated vulnerabilities that plague the country. For the third year running, Somalia faces a complex web of interconnected crises. Decades of weak government, characterized by corruption and instability, have eroded public trust and hindered development. Clan conflict, a persistent source of division, continues to undermine peace and security, hindering reconciliation efforts. And extremist violence, perpetrated by groups like Al-Shabaab, casts a long shadow, threatening the fragile progress made. All of these factors have left the nation in turmoil, struggling to provide basic services and security to its citizens. Droughts and floods, increasingly frequent and intense, driven by the escalating effects of climate change, are exacerbating the existing hardships. These climate shocks have destroyed crops and livelihoods, decimating agricultural production and leaving communities vulnerable. This has pushed millions toward famine, creating a humanitarian crisis of immense proportions, requiring urgent international assistance. Law is weak, often unenforced, safety is uncertain, with communities living under constant threat of violence. And survival is a daily battle, a testament to the resilience and determination of the Somali people in the face of adversity. Yet, resilience thrives, a beacon of hope amidst the challenges. Markets bustle, a vibrant display of commerce and community. Families support each other, providing a crucial safety net in the absence of strong state institutions. And hope persists, fueled by the unwavering spirit of the Somali people and their determination to build a better future. Somalia is more than headlines of piracy and conflict. It's a land of rich culture and history. It's a nation fighting to rebuild, brick by brick, despite the overwhelming odds. The journey is perilous, fraught with obstacles and setbacks. But the Somali spirit is strong, a testament to their resilience and determination. Nation building here is a test of endurance, requiring sustained commitment and international support. Somalia's struggle is a call for understanding, not just sympathy, but for genuine partnership in building a more stable and prosperous future. Our journey takes us to Sudan, where conflict since April 2023 has unleashed a humanitarian catastrophe. Power struggles have turned cities into battlegrounds, forcing millions to flee with nothing. Neighboring countries strain under the refugee crisis, and the entire region faces destabilization. Inside Sudan, healthcare has collapsed, famine looms, and atrocities are widespread. The world's response has been slow, leaving many feeling abandoned. Sudan's proud history is overshadowed by violence and fear. The resilience of its people is being tested to the limit. Sudan's crisis is a warning of how quickly political rivalries can destroy a nation. The scars will last for generations. We cross to Haiti, a nation trapped in a cycle of crisis, political chaos, gang violence, poverty, and natural disasters. Armed gangs control much of Port-au-Prince, terrorizing the population and blocking vital supplies. Earthquakes, storms, and floods repeatedly devastate the country, erasing progress and deepening trauma. Despite overwhelming odds, Haitians show extraordinary resilience, supporting each other, creating vibrant art, and keeping hope alive. Haiti's struggle is a plea for partnership, not just aid. The world's first Black Republic deserves a future free from crisis. Their fight is for dignity and survival. Haiti's spirit endures. In Venezuela, the world's largest oil reserves couldn't prevent economic collapse. Hyperinflation wiped out savings, emptied shelves, and forced over 7 million to flee. Scarcity and poverty define daily life, while a two-tiered society has emerged. Those with dollars and those without. The healthcare system is broken and inequality deepens. This crisis is man-made, a result of mismanagement and political conflict. Yet Venezuelans adapt, creating informal economies and holding on to hope. Recovery requires reconciliation and real change. Venezuela's story is a warning, and a testament to human resilience. In Burkina Faso, escalating extremist violence and political instability have created a hidden humanitarian disaster. Armed groups attack villages and schools, forcing millions to flee and triggering a severe food crisis. Farmers can't plant, trade routes are cut, and hunger soars. Military coups have deepened instability and the state struggles to respond. Yet communities share what little they have, and aid workers risk their lives to help. The social fabric is torn, but the spirit of the Burkinabe endures. Burkina Faso's crisis is a desperate cry for peace and support. The world must not look away. The survival of a generation is at stake. In Myanmar, a 2021 military coup plunged the nation into civil war and economic collapse. The military's brutal tactics have displaced millions and shattered the economy. Ordinary people face daily danger, poverty, and a broken banking system. Yet a powerful resistance has emerged. Doctors, teachers, and citizens fighting for freedom. The junta's control is slipping, and the nation is fractured. Myanmar's story is one of immense courage against oppression. The path to peace is uncertain, but hope persists. The fight for the nation's soul continues. Afghanistan, after decades of war, faces new crises under Taliban rule. The economy has collapsed, foreign aid is frozen, and most people survive on the brink of famine. Women and girls have lost basic rights, education, work, even public life. Security is fragile, with ISIS-K attacks and a massive brain drain. The Afghan people endure unimaginable hardship with remarkable strength. The end of war hasn't brought peace or prosperity, just a new struggle for survival. Afghanistan's future is deeply uncertain. The world must not forget their resilience. Our final stop is Yemen, where nearly a decade of war has created the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Conflict and blockade have destroyed infrastructure and choked off food, fuel, and medicine. Hundreds of thousands have died. Millions are displaced and in need of aid. Disease and hunger are rampant, especially among children. An entire generation knows only conflict and uncertainty. Yemen's rich history is overshadowed by tragedy. The resilience of its people is heroic. Their plight is a desperate plea for peace. Yemen cannot be forgotten. Our journey through these 10 countries ends, but their stories do not. We've seen the impact of crisis, and the unbreakable human spirit that endures. Stay informed, cultivate compassion, and carry these stories with you. Understanding is the first step toward change. Thank you for joining us.